Hi Amanda, I'm Alex. I'm here to show you how I would teach a modified swan in a class setting for my final assignment. I'm going to get you to start out sitting high on your tailbone, up on your sits bones, take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, roll down onto your mat. I'm going to get you set up in a neutral position here to show you one exercise that will help you with the modified swan. I want you to pull your heels close to your bum, slide your feet together, pivot your heels out, pivot your toes out so your toes are in line with your heels, and this will give you a good spacing from your ankles up to your knees and down to your hips. I want you to lay your hands and arms down on your mat. I want you to push those arms and hands down on your mat, but not too much, just enough so you feel the mat below you. When you press your shoulder blades down, I don't want your rib cage to raise with your shoulders. I want your rib cage to stay down. And when we're here, I just want you to slowly rock your head up and down. Very slowly, like you're saying yes to someone. Now do the same thing, but sideways, like you're saying no to someone. Now bring your nose straight to the center so it's pointed directly up to the ceiling. Your chin should be slightly tucked, not too much, so your nose is directly pointed up. And now with your hands down on your mat, I want you to squeeze your shoulder blades up towards your ears. Squeeze tight up towards your ears and then pull down towards your ankles. And again, one more time, tight up towards your ears and down to your ankles. Now this time leave your hands flat on your mat. Again, press your arms into the mat, your shoulder blades, your rib cage is not raising, and we're looking directly up at the ceiling. And now I want to get you to hold your hands up. Find the heels of your hands, those squishy parts that kind of are attached to your thumb. And I want you to put those heels right on those front jawdiac hip bones. They are your ASIS, your anterior superior iliac spine. So I want you to comfortably place those cushions on your hands on the most forward jawdiac part of those hip bones. And I want you to roll your fingertips down onto your pubic bone. This is a bit of a squishy area. I want you to push down, not too much, just enough to get an even playing field. So now that we're here, we're going to do what's called a pelvic tilt. So I want you to imprint your spine. I want your whole spine to be touching the mat. You're kind of making a C curve with your back, and then you're going to roll your pelvis back to where it was. Again, imprint your spine, pelvic tilt, roll back to where it was. I want you to imagine that there's a string on the bottom of your tailbone when you're doing this, and that string is going straight up in between your legs and it's attached to the ceiling. So when you're rocking, you're focusing on pulling your pelvis up and bringing it back. We're really squeezing our lower abdominals here when we're doing our pelvic tilt. We want motion to come from your core. So now I want you to rock that pelvis, and I want you to think of your hands as little carpenter levels. I want them to be completely level with the ground below you. Your hands should be parallel with the ground. This will give you a little bit of a space in your back. This is unique to you, and now we are in a neutral position. So now that we're here, I just want you to take some deep breaths in. I want you to breathe in through your belly and your rib cage. Deep breath in, both should raise. Exhale, both should lower. So now I want you to tighten up those lower abdominals and do the same thing, but I only want you to do posterior lateral breathing. I want you to breathe in your back and in your rib cage. So I want you to squeeze your lower abdominals, take a deep breath in only through your rib cage. And exhale. We'll do one more. Nice deep breath in through your rib cage. And exhale. You may notice you might not be able to get as big of a breath in when you're doing posterior lateral breathing. That's okay. The most important thing is that we are breathing. So now that we've learned breathing and we've done a little bit of a pelvic tilt, I'm going to get you to turn over in a prone position onto your front. So now that we're here, I want your legs out wide on your mat, almost as wide as your mat. I want your feet face down onto the mat. To start off, I want you to put your hands stacked underneath your head, and I want your head lightly resting on the mat. I want you to keep your head down, but I'm going to be looking at you. I'm going to try to explain these moves so that you don't have to look up at what I'm doing. So when you're laying down, face on your mat, I want your shoulders comfortable. I don't want them slumped down to the mat. I don't want them retracted. I want them comfortable by your ears. Your chin is slightly tucked so your nose is pointing directly down at the ground. And I want you to squeeze your knees. This will engage your quads, and this will help you keep nice, stable legs when we're doing this exercise. So with your face down, I want you to take a deep breath in and exhale. I want you to do it again, and on your inhale, I want you to squeeze your core, pull your belly button up to your spine, and I slowly just want you to lift one leg and lower it down. Exhale on the lift, inhale on the down. Exhale on the lift, inhale on the down. On your inhale, pull that belly button up to your spine. Keep that core stable. And lower your legs. So this time I want you to do the same thing. I want you to take a deep breath in, pull your core, bring your belly button to your spine, and on the exhale, I want you to lift both legs up 4 to 5 inches. We're not lifting too high here, and lower down. Squeeze your booty, lock your knees in tight, and lower down. Up, down, up, down. One more, exhale on the up, inhale on the down. Good. Now I want you to bring your hands out towards on your sides. Your hands are running down, your arms are running down with the sides of your mat. Your hands are placed up closer to your ears. Your head is floating above the mat. You're not pushing your head down into the mat. You're not reaching your head back. Comfortably floating. Your shoulders are doing the same. Not too far down, not pulled back. This time, all I want you to do is squeeze your shoulder blades together and lift your upper body up. Your hands lift with your head and you lower. We're bending at your thoracic hinge, kind of where your bra strap is. Hands are down. You squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your upper body, and lower. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your upper body, and lower. You're exhaling on your lift, inhaling on your lower. I want you to pull that belly button up to your spine again when you're lifting. Keep those lower abs tight, and lower. One more, lift, and lower. Good. So now that we've done that, I'm going to slowly show you how I would do the modified swan. I'm going to show you the first time and then we'll work through it together. So again, your hands are running down the sides of your mat. Your hands are placed in your ears. I want your knees tight. I want you to slightly tuck your pelvis in. Not too much, just enough so that we keep a nice supported lumbar spine. So in the modified swan, you're going to inhale, pull your belly button to your spine, lift your upper body up. I don't want your head to come back. I don't want you to leave your head down. I want you to leave your head where your shoulders are. Keep your pelvis, your hips down on the ground. This is the position that I want you to stay in. I want you to stay in this almost bottom of a rocking horse position. And then on your exhale, I want you to not use momentum. I want you to lower your body, lock your pelvis in place, rock down towards the mat, and push back up. Exhale, and back up. Good. Now you try. Keep your arms close to your elbows, or your elbows close to your sides, sorry. Exhale, lower, inhale, raise. Exhale, lower, inhale, raise. Good. Keeping that core tight, pulling your belly button to your spine. Exhale, lower, inhale, raise. One more time. Hips on the ground. Exhale, lower, inhale, raise. Great. Now come up into a child's pose. And give that lower lumbar a little bit of a stretch here. And then I just want you to walk your hands to one side. Walk your hands to the other side. And then I'm going to get you to sit on your bum, nice and high on your sit bones. Spread your legs out wide on your mat. I want you to sit up tall, shoulders back, chin slightly tucked. We're making our spine nice and long. Hands down on your mat. I want you to take one hand, take the inside of your hand, and reach to the outside of your opposite ankle. I want you to bend at your thoracic hinge, and I want your arm to be loose. I don't want you to pull with your arm. I want you to pull in your back. Reach towards your ankle. If you can reach your toe, you can use your toe to pull your loose arm. If you're uncomfortable with that, reach and pull through your back. Hold this stretch and make sure you're breathing. Come back up. Get the other hand, palm of your hand, outside of your ankle. Bend at your thoracic hinge. Reach, pull through your back. Keep your arm relaxed. We're stretching your rhomboids here after doing a little bit of those prone positions, the flight and prone hip extension. Come back up to the center, take a deep breath in, and that is how I would teach a modified swan. Thank you.